Hey everyone, it's Christine Walker. There have been a lot of questions floating around about invoices lately, especially if you are a cash practice or just starting your private practice and you need to find an easy way to generate an invoice and send it to patients. So I'm going to take you inside of my invoicing system, which is also my bookkeeping system. And in here, I'm going to just give you a quick overview of how easy it is to create an invoice and send it to a patient, even if you haven't set up your account yet and put in things like ICD-10 codes or CPT codes. So we can do that on the go. Also, if you are making Superbills in your practice, then be sure to stick around to the end because I have some awesome freebies for you that is going to make the process a lot simpler. One thing that I almost forgot to tell you is that as we go through this example, you will see parts of my screen that are blurred out. And part of that is because when I put in ICD-10 codes, I make them for each patient. So I wanted to blur out any information that could be identifying for anyone. So I'm sure you understand. We're going to come up here to create new, select invoice. So we're going to add a customer. And I'm going to create a new customer for this example. So I'm just going to type in new customer and you'll see that I can hit create. And then I can put in the new customer's email and phone number so that it will all show up on the invoice, which the insurance companies like to have. So we're just going to give them let's see what comes up. Okay, something random from Statesville. We'll go with that. Okay, so let's go down to putting in your treatment codes. So we're going to assume you haven't set up everything in Wave already, which you could do beforehand, and I'll show you how to do that at the end. But we're going to assume you're just creating an invoice for the first time and you don't have any treatment codes already entered. So I would just click add item. As you see, I already have treatment codes entered, but we're going to ignore those. We're going to say we're adding therapeutic exercise. And I'm going to put a little star at the end just because I already have therapeutic exercise entered and it won't let me create a new one with the same name. So we're going to create therapeutic exercise as a new item. Here we'll type in the code, which off the top of my head, I have no idea what it is. So we'll say it's 33333 and go to, this would be the quantity, so your number of units, and then your price. And keep it simple right now, we'll keep it at $50. So let's say you had, 4 units of therapeutic exercise. Then you would need to put in the patient's ICD-10 codes. I type in ICD-10 and my patient's name. So in this case, it's new customer. Create new. I'd put in their ICD-10 code. So we're going to make up another random one. The quantity still has to be 1, but the price is obviously just 0 because they're not going to be charged for an ICD-10 code. Then we need to enter the location code. So we'll say we saw this patient at home. So location was home. Add home. The code number is code 12. Same thing, you still have to enter 0. And then you would have your completed Superbill. So we would come to the bottom and hit save and continue. You can look at the draft right here down below, which I really like that preview option. I'd hit approve draft. Okay, so once I approve the draft, I can send the invoice, but in most cases I've already received payment from patients, so I hit skip and I record the payment first. So let's say they paid me, via a check, and I would record the payment and hit submit. And then I have 2 options here, which is kind of cool. If I want to send them a receipt that doesn't have all the CPT codes, etc. on it, then I can just hit send receipt from right here. If I want to send them the full invoice, which is what you see down here, then I hit send invoice. So my invoice has been sent. It'll show me the last time it was sent. So to simplify this process and make it really quick for you to make invoices each time, what I recommend you do is go into product and services and enter in all the common treatment codes that you use. Now, the good news is, as I've shown you, it's really easy to enter in a new patient's ICD-10 code. And once you do that, it's saved. And the next time you won't have to enter it again. You'll just pull it up from the drop-down menu. But before you get started, the easiest thing to do would be to go in here and enter in all your common codes so that when you go to the Wave invoice, you just start typing whatever you're looking for and it will pop up automatically. Isn't that easy? I love it. It is so fast and quick. I'm going to show you one other feature. You may have noticed that I had my clinician information at the bottom of my invoice. And to get that on there each time, you can just go to the settings. And here's your invoice customizations. They have 3 different ones you can use. You can upload a company logo if you want. And you can pick an accent color. Pick your payment terms, like your default payment terms. But down here, the standard memo, this is where I put all my information, which for me is just PT rendering treatment. And I have my license number, my business MPI, my EIN, and then this disclaimer that Christine Walker Physical Therapy is not an insurance provider for this claim. Please provide any payment directly to the patient. All right, so I hope this tutorial helped you a lot understand how easy it is to set up online invoices. And if you choose to use something like this for your full bookkeeping service, you can, but you can also just use it to generate invoices. This is called Wave Apps, and it's 100% free to do exactly what I showed you and even to use their bookkeeping services. So I have 2 awesome freebies for you today. The first one is a copy of a sample invoice using the exact same system I just showed you so that you see exactly what my patients receive when they request a detailed Superbill. The second is a invoice that I put every single code that I use, so CPT codes, location codes, everything from manual therapy to physical therapy evaluation. All the codes that you would need to get started making Superbills for your patients are in one document. So you can get access to both of these by going to ptwebsiteworkshop.com/3download. Just in case you didn't catch it, let me say it again. That's ptwebsiteworkshop.com/3, that's the number 3, download. And go ahead and download that today so that you have it on file in case you decide you need to create a Superbill for one of your patients. And this will be useful whether you're doing it in Wave or whether you're doing it in QuickBooks, or even if you're just making them by hand and you need a quick reference for what codes to use. So I hope this helps and answers some of the questions that you guys have about invoices. And let me know if there's anything I can do to help you move forward with streamlining your invoice process.